Hello Afro. Hello Gamer Loop. Welcome on in. Welcome to another stream of Assassin's Creed Origins for my annual 2023 playthrough. Doing the full sync challenge on top. So today's Tuesday for me, so this is my split stream day. So this first stream will be probably about 3 hours, and then I'll take a break and then come back later on with another stream. So the most of this stream is going to be focused on doing side stuff and also getting materials for upgrades and all that kind of stuff. So there won't be any main story progress in this stream. I doubt, because there's a lot of side quests to do, some that I haven't done yet because of, level recommendations and all that kind of stuff. And then there's even some that, depending on what level I get to, will depend on when I get to them. But yeah, this whole stream's just going to be focused on side stuff. How's things going, Afro and Gamer Loop? Oh, that's great, Gamer Loop. That's awesome. And I'm doing well. I'm having a good day. Going good, Afro? Nice. That's excellent to hear, dude. Alright, so let's get some more materials for the Hidden Blade. Gamer Loop, you're so close to finishing AC1. Oh, nice. Is that your first time with it, or are you replaying it? Oh, excellent. That's cool. That's awesome. It's always good to embark on a new series. Dion Egone.
Out of the way! What do you think you're doing?
I'm thinning their ranks. Gamer Loop, you want to experience the whole story of the Assassin's Creed series and franchise. Nice. Yeah, there's definitely a lot in the series to sink your teeth into as well. And I mean, I personally haven't gone into this area of it too much, but you've even got like all the comics and stuff too that you can, get into if you really enjoy the story a lot enough to want to, do that, and if you're a comic book reader and stuff.
Hey, stay with me. Cannot escape. Move. Keep back, Kiri. Yeah. Ποιος καταραμένος έπραξε τούτο. Τίστε.
Η κατάσταση αμήχανος εστί και δύσκολος και πολλά δαπανηρά. Φοβούμαι μία πολύ συνταγή.
There we go, finally dealt with those ones.
Oi, is Meizonos Afrosinis.
Hey,
Hello there, Ryu. Hope it's going well, dude.
Τι συμβάν,
Oui.
Λέξον,
της
Λέξον.
μίζωνος αφροσύνης.
Ο της αμελίας.
Αδαΐσισι.
Clear off!
Λέξον, Λέξον.
Μη με ταράξετε. Ησυχία θέλω μόνο.
Πριν τον ταλέπορο με πατάξει.
Αμάξα ελά.
Είναι, γιατί επεχώρησε.
Oh, that's great, Ryu. That's awesome.
Move! Move!
No way.
Όχι γνώσκει την πράξη.
Κεραυσέων.
Think you're something special, idiot?
Μουρίας Παρασκευή.
αγαθέ.
Ω Θεή, ότι εσύ χύσεις διαφωνοκάθετος.
Hey there, Athuri. Good morning to you. Hope it's going good so far for you.
Μανίεγαν τάραξε.
Whoa.
Ιδιώτης ανθρώπων, ούκ έχει πέρας.
Oi, is Meizonos Afrosinis.
Είναι αυτόν φωνή σας θεγούλετε.
Best not to draw attention here. Hey! Death for you!
Hey. You will pay, corpse!
There's only a few corpses I see here, dude, and Bayek is not one of them. Hey there, Ronnie. Definitely not the first one of these days. Oh, that's okay, dude. There's no trouble at all. Hope it's going well.
Θηρίου εδώ που παραγίγνεστε τα.
Πόποτε όρακες.
Όφιλε.
Ευδαιμονή Σωτάν.
Moi, Glorias παρασκευάσματα τούταν εστίν.
Ronnie, it's going well. You're minutes from bedtime, but you're hoping to have a solid Watchdog stream in the morning. Glad to hear it's going well, Ronnie. That's awesome, dude. Hope you've had a great day. And that's awesome, too, to do another Watchdog stream. That game is lots of fun. If you enjoy it, and you do play the sequel, there's a lot of really cool additions that they make in the sequel as well.
Aristo's work is fine. A peripatetic
But
philosopher. It's a
you
shame
seem to
what
be
has
enjoying the game so far, so hopefully that stays true for the rest of the playthrough, because, you know, some games might start off good, and then you get into a certain point, like, you know, Chronicles Russia, where you're like, what the fuck is this shit?
Where's that bottle of wine?
But yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff, like Geordie's a fun character as well.
Intellectual theft is a serious crime.
Strabo agrees.
Yet our king's regime is to
Strabo agrees. He does. He agrees. 100%. But
Oh, παιδες!
I don't even know who he is.
Out of my way! Hey, hold on!
Hold on.
We have this.
I'll kill you.
Stay behind me, Gideon. Distract the enemy. I will
I
push
must
on.
push on. Oh, I will push on. Sometimes they say I must push on.
Going to gut you. Distract the enemy. I will distract the enemy. I will push on.
Something I've noticed with the right, well, it's not the right trigger on the PlayStation control, but the R2 buttons, they seem to be too, what's the word, floaty? Like, sometimes it doesn't feel like you're actually pressing them in hard enough for them to actually work. So I think I might have to use my ring finger on my right hand to actually press that button from now on. Because it seems the amount of pressure it needs to actually push it down quickly and fast is going to be better with my ring finger, not my index finger. I know there's a bit of delay every time you strike, but it's not that I'm talking about. It's just the actual feeling of pressing the button in. It doesn't feel like if I'm spamming it to make sure that, you know, the succession of what I'm doing in the game is, you know, one after the other. Ronnie, you once had a street gang try to murder you in Los Angeles. That was more enjoyable than AC Chronicles Russia. Oh, you did? Really? Dude? Damn. Thank you, NPC. Quiere.
Get out of my way!
Clear the way.
Move out of the road!
Φύγετε άπαντες!
What the devil is going on?
Φύγετε!
Not sure, he just fell off his horse for some reason. I had nothing to do with it.
Τι πλέον μέλους η ουράν. Άνθρωποι νου να πολλέσαι.
my way! Now,
Ηλικιώτης
you shits!
ανθρώπων. Πού και έχει πέρας.
Move! Move!
Χαίρε! Ω Θεή! Οποία σύγχυσης! Διαφωνώ καθέτος. Διαφωνώ και ενίσταμαι.
Ronnie, you really did. To live and die in LA actually was pretty terrible, but you still hated almost every part of Russia. It was fun blowing up that tank near the end. Yeah. Yeah, that tank can be damn frustrating as well. There's a few things that bring down that sequence, but in terms of like the actual event happening, I do like the spectacle of the running and jumping and, you know, the shooting and all that kind of stuff. But gameplay-wise, it can definitely deter from that feeling a bit.
Τι πράττει.
Ronnie, for you, the problem with AC Russia were things like that ladder that felt so arbitrary. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Like, there's even some ladders in, and it's not just Russia, but there's some ladders in China and India too, where you can be holding the up on the control stick when you're doing the jump to make the character grab on and climb up, but it doesn't always stick as well. That can happen too, which is frustrating.
Get out of my way!
Wat hecht me nog? Nun es redet. Out of the way!
Ωρί! Μαπιευμένο, νουν έσχεται.
Oh yeah, Ronnie, that's absolutely no trouble at all. Thank you so much for dropping in before you go to bed. I hope you have a great rest. Thank you for leaving the lurk too. Really appreciate it. See you in 8 hours or so. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be doing another long stream later. This one will be a short one. But later I'll definitely be doing a long stream. Maybe not like 7 hours, but but it'll probably be at least 4 hours or 5, I think maybe. See how we go.
Κεραμνέον δία.
Τι σβοκή είναι!
Would like to highly recommend people check out Ronnie's channel if you haven't before. He's currently doing his first ever playthrough of Watch Dogs 1 and also his first ever Watch Dogs game. He's also a big fan of Assassin's Creed.
Clear the way!
Most recently suffered and survived the Assassin's Creed Chronicles Russia game. Got through that trilogy recently. And he's also a fan of Red Dead Redemption as well. And also did a playthrough not long back of Spider-Man and also the Miles Morales game also. And great streamer. Great atmosphere over on his channel, so highly recommend.
Το θηρίον εμένυνσε. Είτε.
Eat that, eat that. Eat this.
Get
Boom.
out of my way! Get out of my way!
Get out of my way! How about you get out of mine?
Λόγος πράξης αλόγου ανθρώπου.
That dude on TikTok who did that, like the IKEA guy, it's like, get out of the way! How about you get out of mine?
Clear the way!
Do you own this road?
Oh,
No?
Get out of my way!
Βέβες. Πού?
Πού και έχει πέρας.
Οή, παχιασμένον.
تبي بنخال معاك. Keep the lab safe. Wait a minute, I'll kill you. Well within range.
Brothers,
Target in range.
shield me! I must get away! I'll have your guts out!
I can take him down.
Come on, Zenu! This
Well
way!
within range. Got him lined up. You will regret that. You are dead.
Alright, upgrade the hidden blade again. Alright, so now we've reached the point where they add an extra material that you need to upgrade it further. We've got 3 or 5 of the, I can't remember what it's called, carbon or something. Cabrone. No, it's not that. I'm just kidding. Whatever that's called, I can't remember. Let's increase that bracer damage. Alright, so now let's actually have a look at where we are. Alright, so we're in Alexandria still, so let's go to the garrison and we'll clear this to get XP and also loot, but also I think more of that blue material is there too. Carbon crystal or something. Just to reiterate too, this stream that I'm doing now is only side quests and grinding for upgrades only. Not doing any story. Like main story, that is.
This place is heavily guarded.
Hey, hold on.
You cannot escape! Bastard! Now, Ghost, I'll get you! Off with you! Hey! Hey! Worms can have you. I'll take you. Stand and fight! You let him climbing your way out of this, dog?
Hey, what?
Find anything?
Hey!
Wait a minute. Anything? Hey, what the?
Hey! Hang on!
Stop, you shit!
Awaiting orders.
Well, how goes it?
Sir. Blessed am I for your presence. Thank you. Run! Get help!
No!
Hey! Time to die!
Shit! Need help.
Many thanks. God shelter you. Whoa.
Hey, wait!
Aha! Over here, brothers! I'll get the fire going! I'll get the fire going! I'll get the fire going!
I can make the shot.
Ready. Engage.
Your life is mine! Get to the corner!
I can hit him!
You will pay, corpse!
Alarm! Alarm!
Your time!
You won't outrun me! Idiot will hurt himself.
Blessing on you.
Whoa. Ha. Damn. Been here a while. sir.
Peace.
Blessings upon you, friend. Thank you.
Get away from here! Hello there, viewer. So at the moment I'm not doing any main quests. However, the next one I will be doing, Egypt's Magi, will be rescue Damascus without detection.
Rip you to shreds.
Hey, hold on!
Mine now.
Alright, so let's jump into doing some side quests. I'll do this one. The Last Bodyguard. Bodyguard? Viewer, you know one of the reasons you like Bayek so much is because he's quite short. Many of the guard archetypes are considerably taller than him, and in cutscenes he's small-framed. You think in canon he's like 5'3" to 4", maybe 160 to 162 centimeters. You know, I never actually noticed that before. But then again, I'm not really like looking out for differences in people's heights. So there's certain details in games and stuff that I just don't notice.
Hey now. Your life ends now!
Τι συμβαίνει, πού καρέσκει με τον γυμνόμενο να φέρει.
I'll pin him.
Θα γίνει της ευθύνης ταύτης.
Death for you!
Όχι! 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 Βαχευμένο!
Παιδες, τι γέγονε.
Μόριας παρασκευάσματα του να δεστεί.
Viewer, you believe the tallest is either Connor or Jacob, but you're by no means a big guy, lol. Much as you love the fact that Connor is a big brute, you identify with Bayek, truly a hidden one drum rinse shot. Yeah, that's it. I mean, you know, we all have things, I guess, that we look for in a character to match ourselves. But for me, it's more traits that I look for. But I don't actually go out of my way to look for them, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm not looking for a certain type of character, and if I don't get that, then I just move on, you know. But there's a lot of characters in
How I
the
wish those bandits had not killed my man Erikonos. Poor fool.
series and all that kind of stuff.
Ηλικιώτης ανθρώπων.
Ιδιώτη.
You, that insignia. You are a man of honor. There are so few remaining.
I am a Magi. I solve problems.
Good, I have one. A most precious treasure, which must be delivered today. You will be well compensated for your work. Here are some drachmas to start.
The city is much more expensive than I'm used to.
Good, it is settled. Follow me.
The Last Bodyguard. A merchant seeks help with a precious cargo that needs to be moved across the city. Bayek agrees to the task for a price. Bayek ran into a merchant on the docks of Alexandria, begging for someone to guard his precious cargo, and willing to pay top dollar. Seeing the man's desperation, Bayek is willing to help him move his cargo.
The thing I ask you to do is of the utmost importance.
Of course it is.
Being a merchant is no simple matter, sir. I assure you, moving tiger skins or even statues is not easy work. Ah, these workers never when you tell them to be. As I was saying, you must be quick. Oh, and do not stray from your task, at all. I will know if you have. This is all I have left since the flood.
Seems you care a lot for your cargo.
I swear on her mother's grave she was sent from the gods to make Alexandria better.
She?
I have your bodyguard, Kara. Do not let this be a repeat of the last time, daughter.
Wait, no, this hardly seems to be what you asked.
Magi, I will pour drachmas down your throat as long as she is safe. And Kara, remember the reception tonight. You will be ready.
Of course, Father. I would not miss it. I am so happy you have come to assist me, sir.
We will get you home fast. Do not worry.
Oh, of course. Thank you, my bull. You look just like Heracles. Perhaps I'll call you my Heracles.
My Heracles. Fewer. So then by traits of personality, do you have an all-time favorite assassin? Ezio is a fine answer, or if you don't have an immediate favorite, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, the thing about the characters in the series that I like is they're not all the same. And there's things about them that are different that I like. You know, I like how Altair is more kind of like stoic as an assassin. I like how Ezio is, he's flamboyant, but he's not flaunting his money, you know what I mean? But there's definitely scenes where he's kind of like, you know, give me some money for doing that, you know. So he's not driven by money selfishly, but he does like a little bit of money, you know. But as that changes as he gets older, of course, you know. And I like Connor because he's very dedicated. He's very like strong-willed and strong-minded, and that kind of like tunnel vision determination, I guess, is something that not everyone likes in people. But sometimes it's the trait that people need to succeed in something, you know, because otherwise they won't succeed because they'll just walk away and give up, you know. And then you have Edward, who, you know, he just wants a decent life for himself, and so he's willing to do whatever it takes to get it. He does have some boundaries though, but still his boundaries can shift a little bit. But his main pursuit is of money and all that kind of stuff, and the desire to want better for yourself is definitely something I think that people can relate to as well. You know, whether people succeed in that or not is something different, but I think the ambition that he has, and ambition can lead you down two paths. It can lead you to a successful path in a way that's actually positive to get that success, or a negative path to get that success. You know, people treading on over other people to get ahead, and kicking people when they're down to move forward and get ahead of them in things, you know, all that kind of stuff. So Edward sort of like straddles that line a bit, you know, and then you have like a character like Bayek, who is very like fatherly, and even though he's lost his son, he still hasn't lost that father's approach to certain things as well. And you really see that when he's interacting with other children as well, like when he meets Shadia and also Menahet's children, how they really look up to him and all that kind of stuff. And I think Bayek's willingness to put himself, like to put others before himself as well, and all that kind of stuff. And then you've got like Arno, who is that kind of like charming kind of character that many people just say he's a carbon copy of Ezio, but I can see why they would say that, but I just don't agree that he is. But he's got a whole different thing, you know. He has this goal of wanting to make sure that nothing happens to Elise that happened to his own father and her father, you know. And I think people can relate to the idea of wanting to protect the ones that you love, and you know, prevent anything from happening to them. And you might feel guilty when something bad happens to them, and you feel like, you know, maybe you could have done something to help, but you know, it's not always the case, you know. So there's so much stuff with each character, I feel, as well. But then there's like stuff that I might personally not have any experience with, but I can sort of like empathize as well, you know. Like, I haven't lost a child, but I can empathize with Bayek and Aya for losing theirs, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So are you doing an AC playthrough yourself? You just finished Brotherhood and going to start Revelations when you get back from a trip, and you'll say Ezio. You don't care if that's a boring answer. Every line he says oozes with charisma, and everyone after just tries to capture his charm. You'd say 1 Ezio, 2 Connor, 3 Edward, 4 Bayek, 5 Altair, but ask me in a few months and you'll have a different ranking. Yeah, that's totally fair. And I don't feel like when people say Ezio is their favorite character, like, even if I didn't like the character, I wouldn't be to them like, oh, of course you'd say that, you know. I don't understand, you know, having that sort of attitude about it. But yeah, I don't think it's, you know, boring answer to say, you know, Ezio is the one that, you know, you relate to a lot, and that you know, that you like the traits of and stuff as well the most. Hey there, Anakin. Indeed, we're playing Assassin's Creed Origins. Not Odyssey, not Valhalla, Origins. How's it going, Anakin?
Finally! Change of plans, Heracles.
Who? No matter. Child, it's time to return you home.
I will not go! Have you met the priests here? Dull. No, I must go to the central market. I heard of new Persian linens. I need them.
Or what?
I will scream, which will call the soldiers. Then, well, even if you survive, Father will be quite angry.
Anubis take the city. Are you Sekhmet in disguise? Sent to test me?
What was that?
Nothing.
Good. First, we must get my horse. She's been treated absolutely terribly without me around. You'd think someone would clean this water. Ugh. You guide the boats well. Much better than any of my other bodyguards. You know, if you want to go fast, it would be all right. Look at the city, Medjay. It must be so intimidating for someone like you.
Thank you for the follow, Assassin Mafia 417. And a Canezio story was long and intense. It also had a lot of famous and influential figures from Renaissance Italy. You think that's why it captivated many people? Yeah, you get more time with the character as well. And like in a series where over multiple episodes you really get to know a character well, because you have that time that you can do it with. Obviously you can still do it in a trilogy of movies, for example, but you know that takes a longer time for that to actually be made to be able to be seen, you know, unless you're watching it after the trilogy is already made and you're watching them for the first time. You can watch them back to back, you know what I mean? But yeah, with Ezio you have 3 different games at 3 different stages of his life, and you really get to know the ins and outs of his character as well. Who are you talking to right now? Who is it you think you see? Do you know how much I make a year? I mean, even if I told you, you wouldn't believe it. Do you know what would happen if I suddenly decided to stop going into work? A business big enough that it could be listed on the Nasdaq goes belly up, disappears. It ceases to exist without me. No, you clearly don't know who you're talking to. So, let me clue you in. I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger. Thanks for redeeming that, Harbinger. Welcome on in. And what is that from?
And back.
Let us move! I cannot be late! I simply adore this part of the city. So rustic.
Oh, Breaking Bad, another quote you had to cut. Ah. Yeah, that's annoying. Trying to fit in the characters that you need. But on the other hand, it's good because then people can't redeem a whole, like, chapter's worth of text from a book, for example.
Young miss, it's so nice to see you again. As you asked, she has been given new shoes.
There now, was that so difficult?
Now out of my pay.
The deal was only to get you home, not to pay for your horse.
I'm sure my father would not be pleased with you discussing this in front of him, horseman.
Of course. I'll discuss it with your father.
Oh, Pegasus, I know you missed me. Yes, you did, you beautiful creature. If only you had wings. Time to go, bodyguard.
That is it. I am taking you home, Princess Kara.
Oh, all you big broody types are the same. Never let me have any fun.
I should just leave you here.
You're duty-bound to deliver me, are you not?
Who would know if I left?
Your conscience would, of course. Look there, bodyguard! That is where I had my first discussion with a soldier.
I am sure he was very grateful.
We must stop at the market for more linens.
I will take you to your house as your father bade, and nowhere else. Now lead on.
You know, you are absolutely destroying my chances at getting the perfect linens.
There are different kinds of linen?
You are much more serious than my usual bodyguards. could move faster, bodyguard.
I have a name!
Bayek?
Ah, you do know my name.
I remember all their names, you know?
Whose names?
The bodyguards. I send gifts to their families when I can.
Gara. Gara,
Yes?
if we go find your linens, would you be happy?
Really? Of course! Thank you, Bayek. You have an interesting stare.
Thank you.
Όχι γλώσσα και τι πρέπει.
Ή, παπά!
Θεοί, αδαΐσεστη!
We are close. Finally. Oh.
Όποτε ώρα αυτή η φωνή σας δεν βούλετε. Κάτε, δουλεύω σε
πλέον μέση
ώρα. Εδώ μου παραγωγή.
Aha! Finally! These linens show some promise. Ah, it's so heavy. Would you help me?
Ένθα δεν είναι ιστη εγώ.
Bayek! Pegasus! They stole my horse!
Stay here. Do not leave.
Αδαΐσεστη! Γνώση νερά, δεν πόποτε κατέχει. After him!
It is done. Whoa there, girl. Hey, time to get you home. Your troublesome mistress will have missed you. Pegasus, huh? I like it. It suits a horse. I would like your spirit.
Harmon, do you remember the mission in which you drive a cart in Alexandria? After 10 minutes of chasing it, you got stuck in a narrow road and had to reload? Oh no. I hate when stuff like that happens, you know, and then you have to redo that amount of time, potentially.
Ah, they're different kinds of linen.
Could you imagine a mod to have Bane, from Dark Knight Rises as Bayek?
Τι συμβάν, παιδες! Λέξον, λέξον!
Over here, Bayek! Papa, since Pegasus was limping, Bayek went to deal with her shoe. He was only gone a moment.
Ah. I heard some commotion, but according to my little princess, you're the hero of the day.
Can he always be my bodyguard? Please, Father?
How much does it cost to hire a Medjay permanently?
I am here only a short while.
Alas. Then allow me to grant you a hero's pay for a hero's service.
Bayek, you've returned to me. Are you ready to be my personal Medjay?
No. I continue. You see...
You are so gullible, Bayek. I'm only happy to see you still in one piece. Best bodyguard in this city.
Όποτε ώρα κάτι άφηνα.
Okay, so that was the last bodyguard quest done, so I can mark that off of my list. Anakin Bayek accepts the offer. Roll the credits. Yeah, he puts aside any desire to avenge the death of his son to be a bodyguard.
Ο διαμελίας, ούγαρε λάβνη γιγνώσκες. Ουδε θεοί, αδαηρίου, εδόθημο παραγίγνεσαι τάχα.
And the hidden ones and the creed and all that doesn't happen.
Τι συμβανέστη!
The Templars would be happy if that's how things went down. Not that the Templars exist until much later after this time period, of course, but still. they'd be happy not to worry about the assassins. Anakin, end of stream. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you in Odyssey playthrough. Yeah, won't be playing that for a little bit. Got a lot to do in this game. Doing all the main quests, obviously, but also doing all the side quests in the main game, possibly in the DLCs as well. Let's have a look at abilities. What do we have? We've got 4 ability points. Nice. Chain assassination, that's what I wanted to get. Keep that 1 point in the bank. Harbinger Banek of Siwa. It's funny that quest that will do Blue Hooligans, where you have the father of the racer, and he keeps getting Bayek's names wrong. Banek? And did you decide on the Odyssey challenge? Yeah, it's going to be a Sparta kick challenge, but it's not going to be serious, as in I'm not going to have any punishments if I don't kill an enemy with the Sparta kick. But primarily the main way of dealing with enemies will be the Sparta kick. Like, I can use it on enemies either the whole time, or I can use a sword for a bit, or whatever weapon, until their health is low enough, and then just finish them off with the Sparta kick. But yeah, that's the challenge I'll be doing with Odyssey. I'm playing as Alexius, and I'm not going to be taking seriously my dialogue choices, and I'm not going to be taking seriously Alexius, how he looks and dresses. So I just want to do like a bit of a fun playthrough with Odyssey, because it'll help me get through it without having to be like, you know, oh shit, you know, have to make sure it follows my dialogue choices, because I've already got planned out what dialogue choices I choose whenever I'm doing other annual playthroughs in the past for the last 2 years. But for this year, because I'm going to do another playthrough of it later anyway, to go towards a whole project that I'm doing with it, for the annual series, I decided, hey, I'll just be not so serious with the game, and I won't be doing all the side quests though, but I will have to do some, of course, to level up and grind for a bit. Alright, so let's have a look at some more quests. Let's do the Shifty Scribe one. If you are oiled up wrestler, Cassandra. Now I'm playing as Alexius in this year's annual playthrough, because I only play as him every so often, and I've only played as him twice since the game came out in 2018. The last time, actually, I think it might have been... Oh no, that's right. The first time I played as Alexius, I did a playthrough where I allowed the chat to actually vote for every single chat response, like dialogue option. So I played as Alexius for that. I did a playthrough that was called... what did I call it now? Shit. Greek Fighter, that's right. I called it Greek Fighter, and I didn't do all of the game. I just did the, I just did the family quest line of the story as Alexius, wearing something that I could make look as similar to a karate outfit as I could. And I could only primarily use his fists and feet in combat. I couldn't use swords and other weapons as well, or even a bow and arrow and stuff. So yeah, this will be the third time playing Odyssey as Alexius when I do my annual playthrough. And I've played the game at least once a year since 2018 when it came out, so...
You there! Move! Do it!
I've played as Cassandra more often than not.
No one can get him back for me. He'll die in prison because of that viper, Eudoros!
Anakin, same. You just like Melisandre Mahut's voice a lot. Yeah, I like her performance as Cassandra.
Without my Aristo, my comforter, my joy, My love!
And she actually plays a few characters in this game as well. Do you think Alexios is better for dynamic with Phoebe? Okay, Fewer, yeah.
Curse the king!
Yeah, I
Curse
mean,
this
I think
miserable city!
both can work.
Curse
Like,
Eudoros! May they all rot!
because in both cases they think of Phoebe the same way, you know, as kind of like a little
Where's that bottle
sister
of wine?
that they never had, you know, or, well, you know what I mean. Like, obviously Alexios has a sister, but...
No one can get him back for me. He'll die in prison because of that vibe. Who are you? One of Eudoros Philakis?
I am no friend of Eudoros.
He's brought nothing but sorrow to my husband Aristo. The great poet philosopher, jailed. Jailed for writing beautiful things.
Words are a powerful weapon.
My love spent years writing his masterwork. Years. Then Eudoros plagiarized it and passed my husband's genius off as his own.
And Aristo took him to court.
Months of arguments. In the end, my husband is beaten, ridiculed, and tossed in a cage.
Is this what passes for justice in Alexandria?
Oh, my dear man. If you right this wrong, my husband and I can flee this city and be done with this ordeal. If you free him, I know of a boat that will take him on the southern docks. I will wait for you. Please, just bring me back my Aristo.
The Shifty Scribe, a Greek philosopher, is unfairly jailed after Eudoros plagiarizes his book. Bayek agrees to save him from the guards and get him out of Alexandria. Aristo, a great Greek philosopher, has been jailed by Eudoros after he presented proof that Eudoros plagiarized his latest book. His wife Callista asks Bayek to help her husband escape the city. Bayek, moved by her story, agrees to help free the man. Viewer, Alexios makes a better villain, but his dynamic of Big Brother with Phoebe works better than Cassandra. She comes across as an annoyed big sister, in your opinion. Cassandra makes a better hero, but you're going to play as Alexios on your next playthrough. Yeah, I mean, the thing about the two characters that makes it hard for me to choose which one I would prefer over the other in terms of, like, them as a character is hard, because they're essentially written to be the same way. If you play as Alexios, he's written to be the same way as the Eagle Bearer as Cassandra is written to be the Eagle Bearer if you're playing as her. You know, and all that kind of stuff. But the reason I choose Cassandra a lot more is because, well, the first time I played as her, and I really liked the character and all that kind of stuff. And the other reason is because it's canon as well, that she's the Eagle Bearer and Demos is Alexios as well. But yeah, performance by Melisanthe Mahut is great as well, with Cassandra too. Whereas I feel with Alexios, he like the actor who plays him does better at anger. But having said that, though, there's nothing wrong with how Melisanthe Mahut conveys anger and expresses it through the character. You know, so it's just different. You know, and that's one of the difficulties with having a character that is only different because the gender is different between the two, and you have different actors playing them, but the dialogue's the same, and the character does the same stuff in the story, and all that kind of stuff. So I just find it personally a bit hard to really differentiate.
Another of Eudoros' sycophants has come to
Hey, stay with me.
To differentiate between the two, which one I would say I feel suits certain, you know, characters better, etc. You know. Fewer, that's true. You're just talking about the actor-actress delivery of the lines. Yeah, that's fair enough too as well, you know, because that definitely changes a lot of stuff. Because just because it's the same dialogue, obviously they're going to have different approaches to that. Alexios sounds better than being sarcastic and indifferent as the hero, while Cassandra sounds better being reluctant but still honourable as a hero. Yeah.
Out of my way! What's the matter with you? Can't tell when they'll snap.
I really hope, though, that... and when I say this, I'm not saying it from the perspective of I'm fully supporting the game.
I'm
But
a friend of Thanos, a protector.
I hope that if the game ends up being good, the one set in Japan, I hope that the two characters that you can play as are done really well, and it's not the same kind of thing it has been the last two games where it's like, you know, you choose one and nothing really changes with the story or anything like that. The story is the same no matter who you play as, you know. I hope it goes back to more something like Syndicate, where Jacob and Evie are part of the same story, of course, but you get to play as both of them throughout the story as it goes along. But I'm not really looking forward to that game because Ubisoft Quebec is behind it, and they usually like to, number one, they like to criticize the series through character dialogue and stuff like that, or make low kind of like... It's like someone who, you know, is pretending to jest, but they have like... It's like if someone seriously doesn't like something about you, but they just act as if they do like that about you. It's kind of hard to explain in a way that would make sense, but it's like when they write the stories for their Assassin's Creed games, they want to basically smile at the lore of the series while giving it the finger behind its back kind of thing. There's certain things that they do which just basically essentially saying, you know, we are the ones that are better at the series than you are, kind of thing, than Montreal.
You have more courage than Achilles himself. You've released me from daily beatings.
We should go, quickly.
The Vlachos broke my hip. Be careful, I pray you.
Your wife tells me to get you out of Alexandria.
My wife, the dear woman, yes. There's a boat in port. Take me there. That Eudoros, what a detestable man. He couldn't forgive me for writing a better book. It was a book about denial, full of marvelous descriptions. I'm very good at descriptions, if I do say. That's why Eudoros stole so much of my book. His own writing is insipid. He knows nothing of the Nile River. Couldn't describe a hippopotamus if it bit him on the ass. The soldiers will certainly kill me if they find us. And what will become of my dear wife? She is the light of my life. She hated my book, though. Too many crocodiles, she says. Which is a fair criticism. Still, Eudoros has a lot to answer for.
I should tell you, Eudoros is dead.
Glad to hear it. May he roast in Hades for eternity. Did you kill Eudoros yourself?
I did.
Good man. I hope it was painful for that dung-eater.
Thank you so much for the follow,
I cannot
Sir
believe
McDonald.
they beat an old man. This new generation of Alexandrian poets seems to be of a new order.
They certainly take risks.
Give them my regards, will you? It is ever harder to produce good works here.
Viewer, are you agree entirely with you? You feel like the Alexius-Cassandra dichotomy was hedging their bets, then Eivor being an even safer option? It's Ubisoft trying to be progressive and say, look at us, the canon heroes are female, never mind most people play as Alexius, and Valhalla makes more sense as male Eivor since he and Odin have the same voice actor. Well, the thing about that aspect to me is that the thing that I find frustrating is that whenever they promote the series, whether they're doing like a anniversary thing or whatnot, they prominently show Cassandra as if she's the only playable female protagonist in the series that exists, when you have characters that you played as like Xiao Jun, Aveline, and Evie waving going, hey, what about us? And Aya as well, hey, what about us over here? You know, Granted, there's been more male protagonists that you play as than female, so it's understandable that people want to see that balanced out a bit more. But to actually say that Cassandra is the only major female protagonist in the series is very tone deaf from Ubisoft's perspective. You know, and there's definitely a lot of characters that could also get their own game, but they don't give them one. For example, Claudia Aldatore could have a game where you play as her for the whole game. That'd be cool. You know, get to see some things from her perspective about the family that we didn't know as like a prologue thing, and then have the crux of the story about what happens after she joins the Assassins and after what we see her partake in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, you know, all that kind of stuff. But then the rest of the story is a new thing about, you know, what she goes through and all that kind of stuff, and then end the story where she is the mentor of the Italian assassins, you know. So there's already female characters that weren't even playable, or a main character that you played as, that could actually get their own games as well, you know. So why aren't they really looking backwards and looking for those great female characters that are in the series that have been there, you know, and actually do a game with them as well? Hey there, Sherbot. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you very much. Welcome to you and your raiders. I hope everyone's going well. We're just doing some side quests in this stream at the moment and doing some leveling up and stuff. We're just about to deliver this guy back to his wife after he was beaten.
Aristo! Over here! The boat is ready! We set sail as soon as you are aboard!
My wife! Thank the beneficent gods! Please, we must get out of this city.
You should leave. The Phylakitai will surely come after you.
I shall flee. My wife has booked us passage to Crete. It was always our plan to go there. Perhaps we will have a better life there.
May the gods look over you on your journey.
My beliefs on duty and honor are ambivalent. But I can see that you have done yours. If all of Egypt was filled with men of your virtue, life would be divine.
How's things going, Sherbot? I hope it's going well. Miss Theos, at last, did you find the shield? I did. Now, you can protect yourselves from the prophecy. So, you found the thief? Oh yes, cut her in half. She won't steal anything from anyone ever again. And what about the blacksmith? Oh, he is very much alive. We did things at the back of his workshop that would make Aphrodite blush. So that's from Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but I can't remember the quest in it. Probably because I haven't done a playthrough where I've bothered with all the side quests for years now. A few of the Valhalla trailer features male Eivor, but in surprise on everyone, Eivor is canonically female. Yeah, I mean, I personally don't have any problem with that. But they really do need to stop this idea of trying to have all the same dialogue, but just depending on who you choose, that's who gets it. You know, it's kind of like they're trying to make two characters feel like just one character based on who you decide to play as, you know. But I think the thing about Valhalla to remember too is that you have Odin's memories being experienced. Now, that's not to say that Eivor can't be a male and experience the memories of Odin, but the logic that they went with was that the Isu that decided to transfer their consciousness or to be reborn, they don't get to choose whether they're born male or female. You know, that whatever they get put into. It's hard to explain because, you know, people who don't know anything about it will probably be wondering what the hell do you mean put into and all this kind of stuff. But like, let's say you were reincarnated, right? You don't choose whether you're reincarnated as a human or an animal or an insect or, you know, whatever, right? So when these Isu are reincarnated, they don't choose, you know, who they're reincarnated into. It just so happens that Odin was reincarnated into a woman named Eivor. And there's a few other examples of male Isu that were reincarnated as women, and then vice versa as well. So there's all that angle as well. So I can see where they're coming from with that, but I really think to stop the division amongst fans and also to stop the confusion as well, they should just drop doing that, because it doesn't really solve any of the problems, and it doesn't really keep a consistency as well, because, and time again, you know, I've said it, if a long-running series has never had dialogue choices in it, and you decide you want to put that into a game in the series, don't overload it with it. Ease things in about it, you know what I mean? So that people who, like, let's face it, you know, like, not everyone has played a game where there's dialogue choices. So if they're a fan of a series and it doesn't have dialogue choices, and then there's dialogue choices in the game, then that person won't want to play the game because they don't like dialogue choices, you know what I mean? So it'd be a different story if Assassin's Creed 2 introduced dialogue choices when it was just the second game in the series. Then that'd be understandable, you know what I mean? But for 11 years, there was no dialogue choices in any of the games from Assassin's Creed 1 up until this one as well. And then with Odyssey, they added it. They went overboard with it. And then Valhalla, they included it still, but they scaled it back a bit, which I'd prefer that there was no dialogue choices. But if there has to be, don't add a dialogue choice every interaction and every 5 minutes and all this stuff. It just oversaturates stuff with it and all that kind of stuff. So I think they should just drop trying to have their cake and eat it too by trying to do dialogue choices and multiple endings and choose your own character and, you know, try to work out what's canon, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's just causes too many headaches, causes too much confusion, causes too many arguments, causes too much division as well.
You die.
And it's very easy to get bogged down in, you know, minutes long, you know, rantings and ravings about it, but it is what it is. But we'll see. The Japan set game with dialogue choices and characters you choose between again. Let's see how it goes. They might actually do something good with it. It's just about to move. That fucking piece of shit. Well, we know what that means. We're going to hunt down another one of those targets. And then when they're dead, we're going to shoot multiple arrows into the dead body of the enemy, and then we're going to set it on fire, and then do all that stuff to it. But first, sorry Sherbov for taking so long to getting to your hello. Oh, sorry Zereth, bring Aristo to the port. Aristo be like, nah, I'm okay, glitches all over the map. Yeah, I don't remember having any glitches with him. on my playthroughs, but you never know sometimes with these games. I'm doing well, Sherbot. Things are going really good. Having a good week so far, and this is my third top favorite game in the series, so it's good to get back to this one again.
Out of the way! Hey!
Harbinger, it's so stupid that it becomes funny. Oh, is that quest where you got the fake Misthios, or fake Eagle Bearer? Oh, you do, Zereth? Had bad insomnia? Damn. Sherbot, you got stuck on playing this game. Tell me why, and now you're eating salad even though it's 11:30 p.m.? That sounds fine. That sounds okay.
Leave it to me, Kitty.
Whoa.
Yahya, Simani, Niara General.
There we go. Piece of shit. That feels better. Zereth, part and parcel of your MS. Yeah, those things that on their own, you know, are one thing to deal with, but to have extra things on top that can happen too. Well, welcome on in, Sir McDonald. Yeah, I stream the games regularly, currently in my annual series marathon. But outside of that, I still do Assassin's Creed streams, even after doing the annual playthroughs, so always have Assassin's Creed content on the channel. At the moment, it's Saturday through to Wednesday, but when I finish the annual series, I'll be going back to just having it as Saturdays and Sundays. But really wanted to get the annual series done a bit earlier this year than I did last year, so I can fit more playthroughs in of other games, but also Black Flag, because I want to celebrate its 10th anniversary by doing a lot of different playthroughs throughout the rest of the year. You can't wait to get to this one again as well. We're back to it. Oh, nice. That's cool. Yeah, it's good to have games like that, you know, and you always look forward to it, and there's always this thing of once you actually finish the game, you're like, oh, I finished it. Could be sort of like a little bit of a like down feeling, but then you're like, that's all right, I'll get back to it again soon. That's the Shifty Scribe. Side quest done. Ryu top AC 3 AC games are AC2, Black Flag, and this one. Absolutely true, Ryu. That's true. There's a lot of other games that I like as well, of course. Thanks for leaving the lurk, Zereth. Sir McDonald, your top 3 is AC Brotherhood, AC3, and AC Odyssey. Oh, nice. Yeah, AC Brotherhood, that was such a great follow-up to AC2. I love a lot of the stuff that they added. And AC3, I really like a lot too. Odyssey I don't like as much as the others, but there is still stuff in it that I like enough to replay it as well. You'll definitely be here much more often. You're a diehard AC fan. Well, that's excellent, Sir McDonald. Welcome on in. Let's do Serapis Unites. So I'll be streaming for another another hour and a half. You, an AC stream with Mortal Kombat Mod, aka you. That's right, yep, you're a big fan of Mortal Kombat. So this stream will be a short one. After I've finished it, I'll take a break and then come back later with another one. Because today's my day where I can take some time to get some things done that I might not be able to get to otherwise, and do some errands and all that kind of stuff. Get out of the way.
στοχευμένο, νουν έσχεται.
Alright, let's synchronize this viewpoint while I'm going past it.
Να φωνήσαστε, βούλετε.
The car is gone. So few Egyptians are coming to temple. Where are my Seni and Senu?
So sad to see the Serapion so quiet.
As part of celebrating Black Flag's 10th anniversary, in the games in the series that I play that have Edward's outfit as an option, I've had the character wear it, so we have Bayek wearing Edward's outfit, and then in, I don't think they released Edward's outfit for Odyssey, but they also did for Valhalla as well, so I'm going to have Eivor wear that. Oh really, Sir McDonald? You're currently reading all the AC novels and comics too? Yeah, there's definitely a lot of those as well. The only books in the series that I've read are the ones based on Assassin's Creed 1, The Secret Crusade, which also included stuff from Bloodlines in it as well, and Altair's memories from Revelations. So I read that book, and I read Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood and Revelations books, but that's the amount that I read up to. Haven't read any other ones since then. I'm not really a comic book reader, so there's a lot of comic book stuff that I've only found out through just, reading up on it and stuff like that.
Actually,
I don't need to get that. This is the one I wanted to get anyway.
Το θηρίον εμένυνσε. Είτε.
Not doing all of those, solving all of them, but if I have them and I find where they are and I come across the spots for them, I'll definitely solve those papyrus, but it's not a main priority though. For this playthrough, that is.
Great Serapis, are you as merciful as Amun?
Welcome, brother.
Thank you, priest.
It is good to see Egyptians come back. Since my drummer was jailed, it has been quiet.
The silence is striking.
A tanner jailed my drummer. Accused him of stealing a precious Nubian lion skin from the Daivads. Poor soul even worked for him. Tragic. He is an honest man.
Leave this in my hands, priest.
Medjai, my drummer is in the Kibotos arsenal nearest the library. Serapis walk with you.
And you, priest.
Serapis unites. A priest of Serapis asks for assistance in freeing his drummer, a man who was unjustly jailed by the Phylakitai. Bayek, in a moment of piety, prays to Serapis for help on his journey. After he finishes, the local priest begs his assistance with a delicate problem. A tanner accused the priest's drummer, his own worker, of stealing a skin. The priest wants Bayek to look into the situation. Sir McDonald, you highly recommend Last Descendant and Uprising, but the Magus Conspiracy is pretty good too, is it? So the Magus Conspiracy, who is in that again? Because I remember, because I think there was like some announcements like a year or two ago about that kind of stuff, but I can't remember which ones were which that I heard and all that kind of stuff.
Πού πες την οφθαλμή σου έρθεις, ό,τι της αμελίας. Θεή της δοκίμη, Ποσειδών.
Τις κορές μας. Όχι, τις μέιζονος αφροσύνης.
I should not be seen in this area.
Wait a minute. Aha! There!
You! Yeah, big guy. You have got the look of a man who can heft things. Namely, me and my injured foot.
I come on the priest's request, drummer.
Then get me out of here, Medjay.
And my injured foot. This is one of my favorite NPC voice actors in this game.
I cannot help but think. You seem cheerful for a man unable to walk.
You jest, Charlie. This is the best day of my life. My foot will cost that tanner.
Surely your health is worth more than that.
If I can prove nothing, you would be correct. That is where you come in, friend.
Hey!
Hey now! Mine now!
Wait a second. That's it. Die. Where do you think you're clambering up to? I have the range.
Light the brazier, be my guest.
Let's think this will be easy.
Alarm! To battle! Makes you value life.
I'll prick him!
Yeah!
Shit! Trouble here!
Your life ends now! I can make the shot!
Guts out!
Hey, hold on!
Time to die.
Shit. Have to repair that.
You cannot escape! Bastard! Got you now!
So McDonald, you're also currently replaying all the AC games released on Xbox, but you're getting all the trophies. Oh, nice. That's always good if you're someone that likes to get those, to see what they are, and you know, it can be very rewarding when you finally get through something that takes a long time, you know, to get as well. Pierrette, Resurrection Plot, the next book to Magus, releases in July, but you're highly interested in the Fragments book series, specifically the third one, The Witches of the Moors, hoping it's connected to Hexa. That's the one that you can't wait for. Oh, yeah, that Hexa game sounds interesting as well. Like, at first glance, one might think that they're trying to make Assassin's Creed into like a horror series with that game, but the thing about it is there's definitely a lot of potential for the Templars to use witchcraft as an excuse to kill female assassins, and to also have the Templars use the superstitions of the time and during that witch trial time period especially to make the general population fear the assassins, thinking that they're actually, you know, allied with or actually are witches, you know, all that kind of stuff. Ryu, so your favourite Mortal Kombat games are 2, Deception, Shaolin Monks, and Mortal Kombat 9, despite some issues you have with the story mode. And that's fair enough too as well. You know, it's good that you can still enjoy that game for the other aspects. He's happy to see him. Oh right, in the nuts. Exactly, Ryu. You know what I like to do with enemies in these games, or in any games where you can shoot or whatever with enemies. Thanks for clipping that moment as well, Ryu, below the belt. Thank you, dude.
What is it you think I can do?
Find the fools who stole it, of course. Return that skin and clear my name.
Who stole the lion skin?
I turned away from the lion skin for a moment, and a bandit nabbed it and ran away. I lost him in the crowd. It happened in the Egyptian district. The guards, of course, blamed me. Tough life being an Egyptian in Alexandria.
I will find them then.
Go on, get that skin. I will be fine. Just need to rest my leg. Then I will go and meet the priest. You clear my name.
One of the reasons he's my favourite voice actor for the NPCs in this game is because he almost always sounds like he's constantly out of breath with every word he utters. Especially when he's, you know, doing a speech type of NPC role as well. Anakin, you're excited for a potential witch female assassin protagonist? Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. You know, like, there's so many things that you can do with that time period where those witch trials were going on. So McDonald, you're interested in the others, but Hexa got your attention. Pierrette is the name of the protagonist of Magus. Ah, okay, so that's who is the main character in that. I gotcha. Yeah, Pierrette. Oh, really, Sir McDonald? Abubakar Salim. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, he's really great. Like, this was his first video game role, and to have it be his first and do such a phenomenal, amazing job as the character, just a testament to how good of an actor he is. Like, unfortunately, I haven't been able to see him in other things, but based on his performance alone as Bayek, I could definitely tell that he's a great actor. Sometimes it only takes one performance to really know whether or not you feel like an actor is a great one.
This is the skin? Oh, this poor beast. Blue is no color for a lion.
هرسية سشيت شديد؟
ينج خرك.
Any Sigiriot?
Harbinger, that guy probably bought the skin with Helix points. Only there you can find such crap.
This man is a thief!
Peace, Theon. He claims to not have stolen a thing. Do you wish Serapis displeased with you?
No. I am going to sue you for my broken leg, you naked idiot!
That is not helping.
I knew you Egyptians were all alike. This is what I get for hiring you. Thieves all!
I have my best man on this. We will fix it.
I am the wronged party here. My skin was stolen.
And if you want it back, you will pay him for his suffering. And make amends by kneeling to Serapis.
This is your answer, priest? Extortion? Fine.
I fear Serapis and I have a long road ahead of us. Blessings on your journey, brother.
So Serapis unites done. And this priest will give us another quest.
I wish to serve Serapis further, if you have need.
There is one thing. There has been food taken by the guards malignly in the name of Serapis. They take a tithe, then take double for themselves. They bring it to their arsenal and share it with their phylakitai. The people now starve. I worry it will get worse.
Do not worry, priest. I will see the people fed.
I will await among the people at the docks.
Okay, so this is a tithe by any other name. The priest asks for help in getting food back to the people after the Phylakitai double the people's tithe to the Serepian for themselves. Bayek returns to the priest of Serapis to see if the man needs any more help in the moral quagmire of Alexandria. The priest asks for help in retrieving food for the poor of Alexandria from the greedy guards who have been tithing the people for themselves. Harbinger, getting Pegasus, a horse with wings, in Odyssey. Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel the same way, Sir MacDonald, about the Assassin's Creed movie. There's definitely a lot of room for potential to be better as well. And because it has to kind of like balance out giving information to people who have no idea about, the series, but also having to make that happen in such a way that fans of the series don't get bored by it or are like, yeah, we know this already, get to the point kind of feeling. And there's also a bit of overindulgence in some stuff. Like, I think the constant switching back and forth between what Aguilar is experiencing and what Callum is experiencing happening at the same time and all that kind of stuff Doesn't need to be done as many times as the movie does it. I think after a certain while, the audience understands what's actually going on.
Clear off now!
And I feel that there should have been more time spent in the past as well, focusing on Aguilar and Maria. Yeah. One of the things that I really love about the movie, though, that kind of helps elevate some of the stuff is the music. Like, I was really, really happy with the music in that, especially the music when it comes to before entering the Animus for the first time and all that kind of stuff. Also, the music in the scene where Aguilar does the leap of faith and Callum synchronizes with that leap of faith fully after failing that first time to synchronize with it, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Stealing from Serapis. You guards are supposed to uphold the law. Pathetic. This food will be put to much better use.
Do not expose yourself, Gideon! I'm going to kill you for that!
This food will serve the people well.
Maria had so much freaking potential for future projects. Absolutely. Yeah, that's another thing too, as well. And the movie suffers from what I think the games can suffer from too, which is they introduce these characters. They want the player to connect with them, to really like them, and once the player does, we never see them again. You know what I mean? So I think there needs to be more chances given to give characters an extra story. Like with everything, not every character is going to be liked by everyone, but there's just certain characters where you're like, could have known more about them, or could have had an extra game with them, or, you know, whichever the case may be.
Don't just gape at me! Move!
And again, there isn't a single AC production where you can criticize music. Yeah. I mean, they just do such a great job at choosing the composers in the first place, but also the composers themselves just do such a great job with the projects.
One cart of food, priest, as asked for. The Pharaoh's guards were happy to donate it.
This Seni is more than I expected. The people will be served by Serapis today.
May you walk lightly in his steps, priest.
And you, Magi.
A tithe by any other name complete. So there's also another quest related to that priest. Might not trigger yet till I make time pass. Oh yeah, Just for Kids work on the series, just phenomenal stuff. Laying a lot of the groundwork as well. Musical freaking genius indeed.
By Serapis.
Priest? But why are you on the street?
The guards discovered that I gave their food back to the people. Now they hunt me. I have a bounty on my head. Being a priest of light is a dark job in this filthy city.
I can get you out of Alexandria, priest, if you like. But I cannot keep you safe forever.
I ask too much of you, Magi. There is a small temple north of here that will take me in.
Not getting through me.
Hide, priest. I will take care of these guards. Ha! You call that a swing? Come at me!
Thanks,
Move now!
What were we saying?
The Odyssey. The priest of Serapis is being hunted by the Phylakitai and needs help in escaping Alexandria. Bayek finds the priest cowering in fear. Once the story is coaxed out of him, the priest reveals that the Phylakitai discovered that their food was stolen at his request and the guards put a price on his head. The priest begs for assistance in fleeing the city. That's the Odyssey quest. Anakin, you agree quite a lot with the Maria statement. She could be another Ezio in terms of popularity. That's true. You know, missed opportunities. And that whole part of the story too as well, it feels like an add-on. It feels like they originally just wanted to, I'm not saying this is actually the case, but it feels like they originally just wanted to do an Assassin's Creed game about the present day on its own. And then they were like, oh, we need to put some anima sections in it and some past sections in it. And I feel that more time spent in that time period would have been good. There's a lot of stuff that they could take out as well, and all that kind of thing, to make it smoother. But, I mean, really, a series, I think, would work better with adapting Assassin's Creed, really, when it comes down to it.
The Phylakitai will be watching the roads, Medjay. We must leave by the canal. There should be boats there.
I will spew arrows on any who get in our way. Be like a moon, priest. Perhaps we can sneak you out without the guards knowing.
Let's take one of these boats.
And it will have to do. It looks sturdy enough.
I go to a temple near the Pharos. They will take me in, I hope. Perhaps it is true what they say. Alexandria is a city filled with liars.
I've met a kind hand or two here in Alexandria, priest.
Sometimes it's enough to know that not everyone would kill another for a drachma. We are nearing the arsenal responsible for all ill that has befallen me. They will be on alert.
Ready yourself then, priest.
They come after us with felucas.
Apparently they wish to show the other priests the error of your ways.
It was only food. The people were starving.
Anakin, the Spanish Inquisition was so fit for a main game. The era, cities, characters, theme, famous figures, it had everything. Yeah, it seems a shame to just restrict it to...
You may show yourself, priest. They have gone.
I owe you more than my life, Medjay.
We are not yet at your island. We still have a little ways to go.
To just...
Serapis. What were we saying?
To just have it as a small appearance or a small coverage, you know. I think there was something else in the series that, like, covered that era, but not to a great extent. But you're right, though, Anakin. There could have been a full game made out of that era. Sir McDonald, you got the Netflix series coming, but you're so afraid for it. Yeah, I mean, it's... hopefully it ends up being good, but sometimes you just don't really know whether or not you should be excited for it, or whether you should just, you know, not worry too much about it.
Is this the island?
Yes. It is yet a short distance to the temple. I will be safe, Medjay. I will practice at the temple as a new man. I will leave you with a small token of my gratitude.
May your happiness multiply.
So for their interactions in the past two quests, and for the majority of this one, Bayek has referred to the priest as, you know, priest, and he's referred to Bayek as Medjay. And I like how at the end of this quest they both call each other by their actual name as a way to show that they've actually become friends through the experience.
Bring him down!
A long one through?
This is where you and I part, Medjay. I'm a priest no longer. Lysander was my name. It will be nice to be Lysander once more, I think.
Walk in peace then, Lysander.
And you, Medjay. Bayek. Thank you.
I mean, it's not a mind-blowing thing, and he doesn't factor into the story after you've done these quests, but I think it's a nice little touch.
Sir. Orokalos.
Hey, what? Hold on! You will not escape! Your life ends now!
So McDonald, right. Yeah, it's one of those things. Random question, your thoughts on the ending of Unity? I actually quite like it. It's quite tragic too, because all Arno wanted to do was to try and make sure that he didn't lose the lease like he lost his own father and like he lost her father. And through all the things that he tried to do to make sure that didn't happen, ultimately he can't stop her from dying. And it kind of, you know, makes sense obviously for Elise to be like that, because it's her own flesh and blood that was killed. And from her perspective, she wants to get revenge no matter the cost, even if it means her life. And there's a split second where she contemplates maybe sticking with Arno and not going after Germain to finish him off. But her desire for vengeance overrides that, and she goes off and, you know, tries to deal with him, but then gets killed, you know. So I think it's definitely tragic, and it's understandable that Arno feels the way he does when we find him in Dead King's DLC as well. But I do like the speech at the end as well of Unity. I think it's one of the best speeches in the series. And this idea of dogma, and also this idea of, you know, there's no one that sits above, you know, judging humanity like a supreme being, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I really like it. I think the present day ending is a bit meh, because it's kind of like a little pointless in a way, because once you finish the game and the present day assassins find out that Germain's body is buried somewhere where there's literally hundreds of remains, and, you know, there's no way that Abstergo would want to really worry about it. The present day story is kind of like, well, why was it necessary to even have the present day stuff? You know what I mean? So that's probably one of the things I'd say about the ending overall that's a bit of a downside to it. And it can go love a tragic ending every now and again. That's true, you know, and I think, I mean, yeah, it would have been great if Elise survived and her and Arno could have, you know, been together forever after that. But, you know, like in that, because there's obviously a bit of Romeo and Juliet in that story, because you have the Templars and the Assassins, and you have a character who becomes an assassin, and then you have someone who knew that they were going to become a Templar. It's just that it wasn't going to happen until they reached a certain age. Then they were going to be inducted as a Templar. So they're, you know, both on opposite sides of a war, basically, you know, and they love each other and stuff. It's just different, obviously, in many other ways, but it's also different in the fact that Arno survives and Elise dies, whereas in Romeo and Juliet, they both die, you know what I mean? But there's definitely tinges of that in the story with those two characters. So McDonald, you honestly thought Unity was good before the burning of the church bandwagon and been trying to tell people that Dead Kings is one of the best AC DLC. If she didn't die, then we wouldn't have got the Arno in Dead Kings. Yeah, I mean, I can understand if someone doesn't like the ending, and they'd be like, nah, I don't want to play the DLC. But in playing, in tying into that whole tragic ending of it, you know, you do have a character that survives, and it's like, what is the aftermath of all that? And he's lost his kind of like sense of hope for the future, you know, and he's very like cynical and all that, and you know, he says to Leon, you know, you can't save everyone, you know, kind of thing to him, which echoes what Belek said to Arno, you know, early in the story of the main game as well. So I like how they bring that back a bit. But he's become disillusioned as well, and it's through Leon and Leon's optimism and his heroic desire to do good, even though he's only a child, which inspires Arno, and that puts him back on the path of actually wanting to fully embrace being an assassin again, in the sense of believing in the hope for humanity and all that kind of stuff. Let's get some more materials for upgrades. Just want to also make note of the fact that I've finished the Odyssey quest. A lot of people judged Unity off the bugs that only 2% of players experienced. Press didn't have to drag Unity like that. Yeah, and the thing about that whole thing was, when it first came out, I still hadn't gotten an Xbox One yet. And when it came out, you know, there was all that about the glitches and stuff like that. By the time I played it, it was 2016 when I got the Xbox One, and by that point they'd already made a lot of fixes that really made my experience of it unlike that experience. And so I could only judge it on that. Like, I don't believe in retroactively judging something if your first experience of it was great at the stage it was when you played it, versus people who played it when it was earlier and it might have had problems. Like, if you honestly enjoy the game and you played it when the patches were done, then that's cool. You know, I don't feel people should be like, well, I better change my opinion now because the people who played it when it came out had that experience. You know, it's unfortunate that they had that experience, but not every player is going to have that experience, and not every player is going to change their mind about how they felt about the game based on the fact that the earlier version was, you know, quote-unquote worse than what the patched version is, and all that kind of stuff. So I just enjoyed the game and the story and all that kind of stuff. But it is unfair how it gets sort of like dragged through, and there's also, like with anything, and it's not just video games, there's definitely people who like to make misconceptions continue about something that they don't like. Even if the thing that they don't like has actually improved those things since then, they still want to drag it through the mud. Even if they themselves know that it's a better experience now. And that's just going to happen regardless as well. But yeah, personally I played it, enjoyed it, and I only judged it on how it was when I played it in 2016. That's all you can really do. So McDonald, you played it when it came out and you didn't experience nothing. Very small common bugs, but that was it. Yeah. And that's the other thing too, like sometimes something that's minor can just be blown out of proportion by the media, who then in turn indoctrinate people to believe that things are exactly the way that they're being reported to be, and that there's no room for, you know, error. And I mean, fair enough if you don't like the game because of that, but I think it's unfair to, and especially too, because some people might not have played it since those fixes, so therefore, naturally they're going to tell people that it's still a bad game based on that stuff, even if it has been fixed. Hey there, Godfather. Welcome on in. Master Medjai Rodney. Welcome on in, dude. How's things going? Sir McDonald? Yes, exactly. Just enjoy the game and story. Yeah.
Guards here are vigilant.
Ready to serve. Hey. Peace. Ready to serve.
Hey! Die, worm!
Stop, damn you! You cannot escape! You are terrifying. Thank you so much.
Hey!
Die! Going to skin you, got you! Ah!
Hey, wait!
Sir McDonald, thoughts on Lucy? So, obviously, before the reveal that she was actually a Templar, I actually liked the character. I thought it was cool that he had a character that revealed herself to Desmond to be someone that he could trust, and that everything that he was going through didn't mean that he was going to be stuck there forever, you know. So she represented some hope. And in Assassin's Creed 2, of course, when she helps Desmond escape, not knowing that she's actually a Templar and that it was all staged, you really feel like Desmond is going to be able to learn to be an assassin in ways that he wasn't able to yet, because he ran away when he was, so young, before, I guess, the really integral training to be an assassin started, and Lucy having experience with the Animus and all that kind of stuff. I feel like Desmond trusted her enough to be able to trust the other assassins that he was meeting, all that kind of stuff. So I think she was a really good character for introducing that kind of aspect between the two. But yeah, when it was revealed that she was actually a Templar, I was like, that was a very good way to do a twist on stuff. And I know one of the IRL reasons why Lucy was killed off is because Kristen Bell and
attack on sight here.
the creative director of Assassin's Creed 1 and 2 and Brotherhood, Patrice Desilets, they didn't really have a good working relationship. Apparently, before the first game came out, they were trying to keep under wraps until the game came out the present day stuff and the Animus stuff. But apparently, Kristen Bell, in an interview, spoiled that aspect of the game before the game came out, which was an element they wanted to keep under wraps until the game came out. And so that caused a bit of friction with the whole thing. And, then obviously things progressed to the point where it was like, we'll kill the character off now. Having said that, putting all that aside, how they came up with making that happen to the story, I think was good. And some might not know that she actually became a Templar, or that she was instructed by Warren Vidic to actually, help Desmond escape so that they'd go back to the assassins, and after they found the information that they wanted, Lucy was to kill Desmond and Rebecca and Sean and take it. Now, obviously, if you played Assassin's Creed 3, you'll know that Desmond, says about the whole, she was going to kill them all. But he saw that it wasn't going to work anyway, what the Templars wanted to do, However, the actual aspect of Lucy betraying Subject 16, Clay, Kazmarek, and being told by Warren Vidic to stage the whole escape, you only find that information out if you play the Lost Archive DLC for Revelations, which I feel a lot of people didn't actually, play. Which is understandable. Not everyone wants to play DLC, but that kind of information is told in that DLC for that. And how would I feel about that whole situation? It's like, look, sooner or later, if it wasn't Kristen Bell accidentally in an interview saying about the present day stuff and the animus and the technology and the sci-fi aspect, it probably would have been leaked somehow anyway. You know what I mean? So personally, I don't feel any ill will towards Kristen Bell about that. It's just how things went down, and you don't know the full story. Maybe she wasn't fully briefed on the situation. Maybe she wasn't aware, she didn't know the question was going to come up. You just don't know these things. So I can't really judge her or Patrice about that whole situation, because obviously, unless you are them, you don't really know the full ins and outs of it, kind of thing. But yeah, from a story standpoint, I think they did well to do all that as well. So McDonald, your thoughts on Lucy? Anakin, she could have jumped when Desmond offered to give her the boost. This is your opinion on Lucy? That's fair, I guess. So McDonald, your thoughts on Lucy was too soon. Don't want to spoil nothing. They could have gotten another actress. You really do know your stuff. Really appreciate that. Facts and exactly, we don't know. Yeah. Having said that, though, there is still a lot of information about things in the series that I've probably either forgotten or don't know because it's related to, novels that I haven't read and comic books and stuff. But I definitely try to remember as much as I can. But that's true as well. They could have gotten someone else instead of just changing the character, which, depending on what they did, and, obviously we can't know because things happen the way that they did, but, I mean, it would have been interesting to see where the character of Lucy would have went moving forward from Brotherhood, if Brotherhood had a different outcome with her as a character. I mean, something else they could have done, they could have also made it that both her and Desmond were basically knocked unconscious by the interaction, And then that would have been able to be right, at least that would end on a bit of a cliffhanger as well, and then they could formulate from there what happens next, That's okay, Anakin, no worries at all. If I'm not streaming when you get back, it's only because I've finished my first stream for the day. Godfather, digital Kristen Bell looks so scuffed by today's standards. It's funny, there's a moment in AC1 where the light's coming through the window in a certain way when she's talking about what happened to her, and that can glitch out a little bit. Two skill points, but I'm going to keep those in the bank though. Alright, so we've got enough of the bronze. Let's have a look at silver. So McDonald, you think Lucy would have been the Ada Wong of AC? It's interesting, Leon and Ada, you know, in that series. She definitely has him wrapped around her little finger, that's for sure.
Vlax, si elavni kriu gimneste. Idiodin, oran bulimiti mechaneste relaxene. Ogalos, evge.
So I'll be streaming for another half hour, and I'll take a break, and it'll be a bit longer today because I've got some extra things I need to take care of. So it'll probably be, let's see, that'll make it 6 PM my time. It'll probably be a couple of hours break.
Το θηρίο εμένει, θεή της δοκή.
Ο Διαμελίας, φούγαρε λάβει οι γνώσεις. Την άμαξαν δει, του αποφέρει.
Idiot.
Move! Hurry!
Θεοί θαύμα ξένο
Do not sully yourself,
θάλμον
κυρία.
βασάνων.
I will do what you say. After him! Work with me.
Going to gut you.
We must not fail! Cover my back! Got you. Stay with me. Shield me, brothers. I must not fail.
Well, that escalated. So McDonald, you really hope everything falls through for Ubisoft with the AC universe. I don't care if they have to delay Mirage to 2024. You're fine with that. You done pre-ordered 2 collector's editions anyways? Oh, did you really? Damn. Yeah, I mean, I definitely still want it to do well, the series, and to be honest, I'm not that worried about it being delayed again, because if the game turns out bad anyway, then the chances of me playing it anyway won't be high. But we'll just have to see how it all pans out. So McDonald, for some reason in your heart, you feel like Mirage is going to get it back on track. Hopefully so. It'll be good to see some gameplay footage though, finally. Especially because it was September last year that they announced it.
Get out of my way!
Get out of the way!
Ηλικιώτης ανθρώπων, πού και εκεί πέρας.
Out of the way!
Θεοί της δοκίμης.
Μα είναι δυνατόν! Τι συμβαίνει! Έφυγε!
Sorry, horse.
Δακέκμενο! Τούτον ελάβνει που γεστή. Πάμε, κύριε! I will deal with this dog.
Συμφορά μη! Συμφορά και κακόν πάσχο!
Probably didn't have any resources anyway.
Lux! Sie ελάβνει χριούγης μέστε!
Απαπέ, φίλοι! Τι ουνοράζει!
Hey, what's the meaning of this?
So McDonald, you're not going to lie, you're a little afraid for it when the head of UB sent that nasty email. You think he was having a really bad day. Yeah, I mean, who knows what's really going on with people as well behind the scenes and that kind of stuff.
Whoa. Idiot, what are you playing at? Got to go. The hoop.
Nothing gets past us.
Hey, out of my way!
Look what's happened to Spike's outfit and his character mold and everything. So McDonald, you don't seem like that type of guy. You think you just had a lot going on. People forget that people in positions like that have bad moments and days too, even consecutively. It's Xur off Destiny, lol. Haven't played that before, but it is funny when you see something that reminds you of something from another game.
We'll call you a weapon fool, but I'm no liar.
Shit! They have hit the Harry! I'll pin him! Got him land!
Brothers, shield me! I must get away! Brothers, shield me! I must get away!
Nah, too many enemies. Extra enemies coming at me that weren't there when I first started the skirmish. As long as I get the materials, that's fine. A turtle is crossing the road when he's mugged by two snails. When the police ask him what happened, the shaken turtle replies, "I don't know. It all happened so fast." So McDonald's, a fun fact, when Origins was announced in the Xbox showcase to show the power of the Xbox One X and how good it looked on the Q Series Curved TV, you brought the X1, the One X, the TV, and the game. You wanted the full experience, lol? I mean, it's such a great game to experience that kind of thing with, that's for sure. Yeah, it's great when something that you think is going to be great ends up living up to that.
Clear the way!
Yeah, I was like, no, no more.
You will not pass. Stop him! Yeah, your time will come, dog. Oh.
I don't blame you, Sir MacDonald. Not to regret it. And if it's a game too that you like to replay as well, that adds extra value on top of it too. So I want to upgrade my Hidden Blade up one more, but I think that should do me for a little bit with getting resources for that purpose. And I'll focus on doing another side quest, maybe 2, before ending the stream. I might be able to fit 2 side quests in. And then I'll go and take my break and then come back later on to do another stream.
Hey, hold on! Your time has come! Hey! Hold the enemy! I must push on! How much longer?
Clear off! Now!
Hey now!
Brothers, shield it! I must get away!
You will suffer for that!
Whoa.
Oh, help coming! There! What?
Whoa.
Alright, finally have enough of that material. Now I need to get one more carbon crystal. Now I can either buy one from Redder for 3,000 coins, or I can see if there's any other locations I haven't raided yet that I can do for that. Might not be able to for this one, but just want to test it. Oh, thank you, Sir McDonald, for subbing to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much. For now, the only content that goes there is the VODs, but I would like to do some content different that's game related as well in the future on it.
Ο Διαμελίας, πού γαρελάφνη γιγνώσκης, την άμαξανδη που αποφέρει.
Σεις μόριας παρασκευάσματα του δανεστήνα. Πού κόπαπας παρά του ιδίου.
Χαίρε.
Τι πράγμα, Θεή.
Ah, thank you, Sir McDonald. Cool.
Ο Ροκαλός είναι αποφανήν πολέμου.
Ο ή βακχευμένον ουν έσχεται.
Α, ήκουσαν τούτο.
You there! Stop!
I should be cautious around here.
Far away by now. Still, better stay alert.
Is this meant to be...
What? Die, worm!
It's like, of course, grab that instead of assassinate. Both have this, both use the or require the same button. Here we go. There was a carbon crystal I didn't get from that location yet. Nice. So McDonald, great timing too with all the future drops. Yeah. I mean,
Hey, wait!
I don't know if I'll be playing Mirage when it comes out, but we'll just see how it goes.
To pull this feud, there you are!
Very curious about AC Infinity. Yeah, I mean, there's been so much about it over the years since it's been announced, or it feels like years. Maybe it's only been a year and a half, but but it feels like a long time since they announced it. And I wonder how that's all going to actually play out and be received as well. There we go. So we've got the hidden blade upgraded pretty decently. Alright, so let's have a look at side quests. Got those. Let's see. Let's do old times next. Mirage is day 1:2:01 AM for you, lol. Right as soon as you can get it, yeah.
Enjoy the hippodrome. Don't lose all your money at the races.
Αμάξα ελάβνης κακίστεως. Αμέλισσον.
Κεραυναίων δια.
Shoot, Risse. Some awesome soup.
Game Anju. Hem Anju.
So McDonald, but you love taking your time with AC games, so it'll take a while for you to beat. Yeah, it's good, especially too if you end up enjoying what you're playing. It's good to do a deep dive and get everything done and explore as much as you can and try and find as much out about all the things that the game has to offer. How long will the second stream be? Are you going to end late like in the previous days? I don't think so, Harbinger. Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing a stream until 2 a.m. my time later. But this stream was going to be a short one, about 3 hours, and I don't know if it'll be the same or not. But yeah, some stream days I just feel like only doing a certain amount of hours. I don't feel like always pushing myself to do a certain amount of hours every day. Just whatever I'm feeling. Sometimes after a 7-hour stream, I'm just like, I've had enough. Or my concentration level is too low by that point, or, you know, I feel like just ending the stream kind of thing.
His name was Icarus, the glory of the Raucous Hippodrome, the much-lauded and short-lived beloved of Canopus.
Sennifer, is it you?
Bayek, you sour-faced one. I am Claridas now. What are you doing here?
Icarus was 1,000 times better than you! Who's going to lead you Greens now, Malakia?
You're a babe at the teat. You think you can win the Cursus Magnus? Horse shit!
Leave Nicaeus alone. Icarus's death was a dark day for all of us. Let him weep in peace. So, is Aya with you?
Hey, I'm alone.
I was just asking.
Ask my foot next time.
No matter. Join us at the tavern later. Hmm?
I like how they were trying to push his face into the shit, and then one of the dudes who was trying to do that ends up stepping in it. Old times. Claridas, an old friend from Siwa, now a champion in the Hippodrome, invites Bayek to catch up. Bayek and Claridas, once called Sennifer, were boyhood friends and competitors in Siwa. Claridas, now a champion racer in the Hippodrome, is delighted to see Bayek and asks him to come drink with him to catch up. So McDonald, after how Valhalla ended, and it's the ending of a trilogy, it's very interesting on how they're going to move on from that. This is true, and that game that's going to be the Japan one, that's going to be an RPG like the other games have been, I wonder how things are going to go with that as well. I like how Bayek says to him, ask my foot next time. And that look that Bayek gives him afterwards, you know that he's not impressed.
Whoa.
Oh! I saw you ride last month when... So I said, it's not your pig I'm talking about, it's your wife.
Oh, Bayak! How long has it been? A decade? More?
You left Siwa a long time ago, huh? And you left your name behind, too.
I had to. Claridaz is a name better suited for the Hippodrome.
Remember the horses we rode outside Siwa?
Oh, those nags. I thought you would never leave that shithole. Siwa. Small, poor, and ugly. The only beauty there was Aya. Has it changed much? Has she?
Things change. People change. I need another drink.
Pardon, Neb. I overheard Claridas say you once rode together. My father sponsors the Prezina Greens, and we are in need of a mighty racer.
I'm only here to drink and forget.
Leave him alone, Nikias. Real men are drinking here tonight. Bayak, come. Let me show you something inspiring. Huh?
Oh, come on, game. It's not letting me interact with this. There's a part later where you're following Polydorus. Oh, sorry, Cleopatra, and you can loot while you do it.
Ούτε πόποτε ώρα κάτι αυτή η αφρονία.
No time like now!
Where are you taking me, Senefa?
Please, Claridas. I have not been Senefer in years.
Why did you change your name?
To succeed in the Hippodrome, one must be welcomed by the Greek houses. So, a Greek name.
You abandoned your name? Your home?
Siwa was nothing to me. The Greeks may look down on us, but screw them. I eat and drink well on what I win.
I have no ambition to race at the Hippodrome.
You? No, never. They cheer for me. Besides, you would need a sponsor, a real chariot. Now, Icarus, he was a true hero. Did you know he won 1,000 races and survived twice as many? See how they loved Icarus?
You have adopted their gods too. Aye.
Clear out the way!
Hurry!
Come on!
Our gods never did anything for me. You're lucky I left. If I had stayed, Aya would have been mine.
You are drunk and an ass.
You have no idea what I gave up.
Oh, the world is hard.
You always looked down on me in Siwa. Thought you were better.
I never.
Doesn't matter. I have found fame.
At what cost? You gave up your home, your name, your gods. You chose this path.
And it has brought me all the coin and cant I want.
You always wanted glory. It is not what drives all of us. And all you wanted was Aya and little Bayax. What made you abandon your dream?
Enough.
You alive? You are old. Time for me to dunk my head.
The beer hits harder than you.
What in Dionysus' name were you talking to Nikias about last night?
Nikias?
Who? Don't bullshit me. I saw you. What? You think his father will just welcome you onto the Prasina Green team? You really think you can roll onto the track and win races with no training, no skill? Piss on you.
Maybe I should seek this Nikias out and hear his offer. If you can win Claridas, it can't be that hard.
You might want to pray first. You'll need all the help you can get to survive the Hippodrome.
The gods will watch us race and decide.
You have your gods, I have mine. We'll see who rides out covered in glory. Enough has been said. Let the gods judge you in the Hippodrome.
Hey there, Carbon. Hope everything's going well. So, McDonald, I know you get asked this a lot, but what point in history would you have liked to see in an AC? The beer hits harder than you, lol. I love that line. Plus, I was like, oh, the world is hard. That NPC didn't finish it, but I will. High Precision Gary. So, let me see. The Aztec and Mayan kind of like point in history, like their fall and the occupation of them, I think it was by the Spanish, wasn't it? There's been hints of that kind of like stuff in Black Flag, and also that Ruins at Seros mission in Assassin's Creed 3. So yeah, that's probably a time period that I'd like to see them cover. Another one would be World War II as well, like fully, like not just a one sequence thing like in Unity. Harbinger, yes, Prasina Green, which in English means green green. They managed to add ancient Greek voicing, but they couldn't translate a simple word. Really, Harbinger, so that means green green. I wonder if that was supposed to be on purpose, though, as like a tongue-in-cheek joke.
Halt! Hold there!
Or maybe it's like when people say, I'm going to go to the ATM machine to draw out some money. And they're essentially saying, I'm going to the automatic telling machine to get some money. So, Aztec, yes, after AC3. You'd like to see the Holocaust. Yeah, Aztec after AC3. That was one of the things that really made me want to see that time period. And same with the stuff in Black Flag as well. Yeah, I mean, that would be a very, like, touchy kind of thing for them to do in the Assassin's Creed series, like, to do the whole Holocaust stuff. Because I think it's so politically and emotionally charged of a time as well. So I don't know how they'd navigate around all that with a story that, you know, doesn't become controversial or, you know, step on people's toes. So we have Blue Hooligans, and then there's Wild Ride. Oh yeah, so I forgot that one pops up. Alright. Blue Hooligans and Wild Ride. Alright, so I would have loved to finish off the side quests related to that before this stream ended, but I'm going to have to end this stream here and come back later to do another stream. A. Jalil, thank you so much for the follow. So McDonald, especially when no one really knows what happened to Hitler, but you can't remember what game it was. They did mention Hitler, and supposedly the assassins have taken him. Correct you if you're wrong. Yeah, like in Assassin's Creed 2, when you do the when you do the Subject 16 puzzles, there is talk about Hitler and the piece of Eden that he was given, and all that kind of stuff as well. So this is where I'm going to end this stream. I just want to thank everyone so much for watching it. It's going to be a long break before I come back, so it's understandable if not everyone who's watching the stream now can make it to the next one. But I'm just going to be doing side quests, so if you're really interested in the main story, the next stream will most likely just be side quest stuff as well, because there's a lot of side quests in this game and I want to do them all, so they'll take up a little bit of time. But I just want to thank everyone so much. I really, really appreciate it. Well, thank you, Sir McDonald, as well. I'm glad that you have. And thanks again for the follow earlier as well. Glad that you discovered the channel. And so I'll be back in, let's say, let's have a look. So I'll be back after a 2 hour and 20-minute break. So my current time is that. But yeah, I'll take a 2 hour and 20-minute break to come back when it's 8:30 p.m. my time. So there we go, Sir McDonald. There's what time it is now. So about 2 hours and 20 minutes from now, I'll be back to do another stream. And if you see me streaming this again, then you know it's still Tuesday. I'm also doing this on Wednesday as well, also. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll be back after that break to continue on with this awesome game. Really good to revisit it. Always enjoy revisiting it. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back then. I'll be back.